So, Paul, every week we end up with me bitching about something. Especially today, because I'm a little bit jet lagged. But I don't want to be the negative one of this podcast.
But
so
you are the negative one of this podcast.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm a very positive guy.
you are a positive guy, and I didn't really expect this to turn into a little mini little therapy session on a Monday night. Welcome to Pitch It Good.
Hey, hello.
Hello, welcome. This is episode 4, and the feedback we've had so far has been quite frankly disturbing and scary.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we've had a lot of death threats, very awful graphic images.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Some nice fan art though.
Oh, nice. Really?
Yeah. It's been nice. We've had fan art through. We had some good fan art from our first episode with Mandy.
Nice.
And I enjoyed that. And it's been really good.
If there's anyone out there who wants to do more fan art, please do send it in.
Yeah. Can you tone it down a bit?
Be nicer.
Yeah, it's getting a bit weird, having this stuff on my fridge, and every time I go in and get my my oat milk.
Right, funnier jokes.
Yeah, stop being shit. Okay, yeah. So it's been really good. Episode 4. We by the way, we keep forgetting, but it's really, really important that you do the reviews. There's a reviews, and that helps us out apparently.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah, ideally do nice ones as well.
Yeah,
if you don't like it, lie.
Yeah, just lie. Yeah, that would be nice. I watched the film this week, Paul.
Oh, what do you watch?
I watched Super Mario.
Nice.
Yeah.
What did you think?
I thought it was all right. I thought it was a bit crap when I started it off, and I texted you about how that I wasn't really getting into it, but then I saw that little green pipe, and then I was like, oh, not Luigi's little green pipe. But I saw.
Hello, Yoshi.
I watched the wrong one. I downloaded the wrong version. But yeah, I liked it, but I did like it in the end because it kind of made me feel like a kid again, and I thought it was really good, and I really got into it.
I've seen it as well. It's exactly the same.
Yeah.
At the start, I was like, "Where's the narrative? Where's the story structure?" And by the end, I was like, "Look when he jumps on a turtle."
But then I liked it. It was good.
It's good. I watched because we've got into October now, so I've started trying to watch some horror movies.
Spooky.
I watched a film recently called Escape Room 2: Contest of Champions. I actually thought it had just come out, but it's a few years old. It's good. I liked it. If you like the sort of those Saw-esque horror movies where it's people and they've got to get out of a room, but nearly all of those are just mad for gore. All they do is slaughter people and it's pints of blood. Yeah. This one is a little bit more they fell down a big hole. I mean, they do die. It is a horror film. Yeah. But it's...
you just see the bottom.
Yeah. It's just a little bit gentler.
Oh, well, that's all right.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, good.
Speaking of blood...
What have you been up to this week?
Did you know? Yeah, so in this country, if you give blood...
Yeah.
They take your blood and they go, thanks very much.
Yeah, have a biscuit.
Yeah, have a little biscuit, cup of tea.
Yeah.
Very nice. In other places, they'll pay you for it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who do you know how much... Wait a minute. Who's paying you for it? Who bought your blood?
I don't know. I didn't really ask their names. They look very shady. There's a lot of blood on them.
Just a guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I sold 2 pints. Like a milkman.
Are you telling this to let us know what a nice guy you are?
I sold blood for money.
Yeah, sold me blood.
I made...
Things okay, Paul, at home?
Yeah. That's fine. It wasn't my blood.
Oh, right, yes, fine.
They didn't even ask me where I got it.
No.
I made £38.
£38, £1 more than last week.
It's a little theme there.
Yeah, a theme.
So I got my £38. I'm ready to invest.
Good.
We've had 3 highly successful movies.
I mean... I'm
ready for 4th.
Success is subjective.
There's different measurements of success.
Yes, there is, yeah. But yeah, so I think it's only wise that we invest in another one.
I'm ready. Do you have anyone in mind?
Yes, I have. I thought there's only one person that we can bring in this week. And she's absolutely brilliant. She's a good friend of mine. She's a very, very funny comedian. She was in the So You Think You're Funny semi-finals up at the Edinburgh Fringe, and a semi-finalist in the Funny Women Awards. Just brilliant. It runs a great comedy night that everyone should go see called Pink and Sassy. Welcome to the studio, Kimberly Policella.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are y'all?
Yeah, good. All good. We've had a few technical issues today, but we're not going to let that stop us. And I'm not going to be any aggression about it at all.
You look super calm.
I am calm.
You do look real good for 2 a.m.
Yeah. Why do people keep saying that to me?
Because you look terrible for what time it really is.
Oh, brilliant. No, but it's great. It's lovely to have you here. How have you been?
Pretty good.
Good, good, excellent.
Yeah, super psyched.
Yeah, good. Well,
totally excited about pitching this movie.
Have you listened to any of the other podcasts and have some words for any of the other guests?
I did. I pulled one up the other day when I was on the treadmill, and it was Carwyn Blaney's.
Carwyn.
Yeah, really, really shitty movie concept. Yeah, but I haven't got to the other ones yet. I'm not sure I'm going to go back that far. You were just getting started, so
yeah.
But this will be where it really takes off, I think.
Dedicated fan.
This is where we turn a corner.
This is the corner. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, great. So welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
And what type of film are you going to pitch to us?
It is a blockbuster comedy.
Blockbuster comedy.
It's super funny, iconic. Like, this is one you're going to be talking about in years to come.
Is there like
cats?
Like, I was about to say, is there a film that you think that we all talk about now and go like the same level of fame?
Rocky.
Rocky.
Oh,
Yeah, or
great
like
comedy.
Scarface. I mean, it. Those are not comedies, but they're like you know those movies, don't you?
This is going to be the comedy Scarface.
That's right. That's right.
Just a comedy Scarface. He's got like a rubber chicken. I don't know.
Both me and Jim are looking at each other and silently saying, "Don't do an Al Pacino impression."
But I really pride myself on being a woman's woman.
Oh, I thought say your Al Pacino impression.
And and so I, in the spirit of Reese Witherspoon, I am not all female, but mainly female cast,
Nice,
female leads. This is one all the women can get behind. It'll be great for the men to come and see as well, but women will be at the heart of this movie.
You could do it like, maybe we could do like a panto where all the parts are played by women, even the men. They're male characters.
That would be stupid. So,
What do you think this is?
Thanks for the input, but no,
That's what I'm here for. Terrible ideas.
that's all right.
So this is going to be a comedy blockbuster.
You just sit quiet and look pretty.
I can do one of those.
Yeah. You can't sit quiet.
Hey.
So this is going to be a blockbuster comedy. It's going to be set when?
In the 2000s.
In the 2000s.
No set like particular years, but not yesterday and not 20 years ago, but in the naughties, the teens maybe.
Okay, cool. So this is, so it's going to be set in the noughties, and whereabouts?
London area. So it's about a family, and the main family home is in Chiswick.
Chiswick. Any reason why Chiswick?
Just because I was looking when I was doing my research, it was just kind of a nice place to live as far as I could.
You've done research.
Come up with loads of research. I've been there. I've been to Chiswick. I made a special trip to Chiswick just to look for a house that would work for this movie.
Holy moly, that's way more than anyone else has done.
Yeah.
When I was moving back to London, I was like, all I need is a tube, like a couch and a TV. I didn't go to Chiswick, but they are famous. Okay, right. So enough about my moving habits. Okay, so we're in Chiswick. This is in the 2000s, the noughties. I'd imagine that would have kind of a soundtrack to it as well. Around the 2000s. Like, what sort of music would be in the
more
area?
to the mids, like closer to the 2010s.
2010s.
Yeah.
So what sort of music's playing on the? Is there like a score to open this movie with? Do we have? Because it wouldn't be someone like I don't know. I'm just trying to think of a popular Taylor Swift. It wouldn't be because she wasn't around in 2010, was she?
Oh, was she not?
No.
I don't know.
We don't have to get all technical about it.
Don't get bogged down
If
in
I
the
want to have
details.
Taylor Swift write some music for it, it doesn't mean she has to be alive when the movie.
We
you
do
know, was
have
set.
we do have a time machine. You can transport music to and from any place and time. You can transport Taylor Swift's comeback album from 2040.
I could do.
Oh my gosh.
I could do.
Yeah. But
I can't believe you think she's ever going to go off.
no.
Come back. She's going to rule.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she's just taken over, hasn't she? Cool.
That is a very, actually, that's given me a lot to think about. You know, I'm not a music composer, so it wouldn't necessarily be my job. I'm the screenwriter, but hey, I will go away and have a little think about what music might be appropriate for
Excellent.
this.
That's the
Good.
politest way of telling you to fuck off.
I do. I there's a point in that I thought, oh, I'm being told to fuck off, and it's very nice.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Okay. Right. So this is going to be you say this is going to be about a family based in Chiswick in the 2000s, comedy blockbuster.
Yeah.
And who's the family?
Okay. Well, let me tell you why
Oh, of course, yeah.
where this came from. So I was sitting on a train.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I just had the thought, what would happen if on this train something serious happened? Like someone was having a heart attack or someone was in labor and going to give birth, something like that. And then that led me to thinking about, well, what would happen if something like that happened on the same day that some other serious stuff happened all in the same family? So in this family, we have on the same day a birth, a death, somebody gets engaged, someone gets caught cheating, and then there's one other person who is basically needs to figure out what her life is going to look like. And so it's nothing significant happens except that she loses somebody that's important to her, as does the rest of the family on this particular day.
Oh, right. Okay. So
there's 5 people in the family.
So there's 4 children plus the mom and the dad, and the children are adults. So the oldest one is 43, and then the youngest is early 30s.
okay, right. So the oldest. So there's how many daughters?
3 daughters and a son.
3 daughters, son, and the oldest one is 43.
Mm-hmm.
And what's her name?
Catherine, but she goes by Kitty.
Okay, so Catherine goes by Kitty, and she's played by.
She's going to be played by Michelle Shaughnessy. So a lot of my characters are going to be played by comedians.
Right. Okay. Good.
And Michelle Shaughnessy, for anybody who doesn't know, is a Canadian comedian who lives in London. She does like the Comedy Store, Top Secret.
Oh, wow.
She's done Edinburgh before. I'm following her. She's following me on Instagram too. She probably doesn't even know who I am, but I think she'd be really cute if she could get a British accent down. She'd be real good for this part.
I'm sure we can pay someone to give lessons.
We've got the money.
We've got £30.
Limitless budget.
Okay, and who else is in this family?
Well, you've got the mom and the dad. So you've got Elizabeth Taylor Jones, who goes by Lizzie.
Yeah.
And John Taylor Jones. So Lizzie has given all of her children very sophisticated names, but nicknames them all. So Catherine is Kitty. Then there's Lucinda, who's Lou. Victoria, who's Vic or Vicky or V. And then James, who goes by Jimmy.
Right.
And Jimmy is engaged to Jamie.
So James, who's Jimmy, is engaged to Jamie.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And it's real cute. I mean, that's just real cute, you have to say.
Are they the ones that get engaged in the?
They're the ones that are going to get engaged on the day.
So they're not
Yes.
pre-engaged. Okay.
They're not already engaged. They get engaged on the same day as some of the other stuff happens.
Right. Okay. So who plays Elizabeth Taylor-Jones, the mum?
Kate Blanchett.
Kate Blanchett.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Good. So we've got a big star.
Yeah, so she's not like technically your comedian on the London circuit,
that's fine, yeah.
but I needed somebody who could do this role because this lady is a strong character. And I mean, she's got a backstory. I mean, she does things like she's got 4 children. So for every year there's 4 birthday cakes to make. So she decided she likes cake with fruit. So there's always some kind of a fruit related cake, but she makes them from scratch. And she does, each child's birthday gets the same cake every year. So by November, when it's Jimmy's birthday, everybody hates that cake. So anyway,
the thought was like brilliant, yeah.
So it's
Same
stuff
cake
like
again.
that. Yeah, and then she doesn't ever get overwhelmed. She always has her composure. She's your typical British old. She's 60ish, 65.
Yep.
Keeps her composure, chin up, all that stuff.
Stiff upper lip.
Yeah, her husband's amazed by her physique and her toned arms and all that stuff. And she's like, I never had to do any exercise. I cared for children, when in fact she was doing Jane Fonda workouts and yoga 3 times a week while Johnny was at work, things like that. So she is your kind of appearances are important, and doing what's right is important, and all of that stuff. And Cate Blanchett, I just see her. She could just do this.
Cool. Oh, yeah, I mean, she can.
I reckon she could do anything.
Yeah, she could. Yeah.
There's nothing that if Cate Blanchett said anything, I was like, I can do that. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'll take your word for it. I'm not going to tell you no.
She is the epitome of got everything under control.
Okay. Right. So she's the Rock.
She is the Rock.
Okay. Not the Rock. Dwayne Johnson.
No, she's the Rock of the family.
She could play Dwayne Johnson in
a biopic of his life.
She could do anything.
Oh, Cate Blanchett.
Yeah.
I'm sure she could. Why she would want to, I don't know, but I'm sure she could.
No. Yeah. She's
I believe in her.
Yeah, I do. I believe in her. I believe in her in this film. And
Let's stick with this role first, and then maybe,
see how she
if
goes.
we do well enough, we'll do a sequel.
Yeah.
Okay. And who's is there a dad in this family?
Yes. So he hopefully is going to be played by Mike Gunn. Now, Mike Gunn is does Comedy Store and Banana Cabaret and whatnot. He was on Michael McIntyre's Roadshow back in the day.
Yeah, he's a funny guy, Mike Gunn. He's very popular.
Yeah, so when I did a comedy course that he ran at the Comedy Store last year.
Oh, cool.
So he's super cute, super funny.
Well,
yeah.
Mike Gunn as the dad. And what's his name?
John Taylor Jones.
John Taylor Jones.
What's interesting is it's just John. It's not Jonathan. It's just John. But he goes by Johnny. See, because I'm really funny that way.
So Mike Gunn as Johnny Taylor Jones, married to Elizabeth Lizzie Taylor Jones, played by Cate Blanchett, who's not playing The Rock. And she's got, so far we've got, four children?
Yeah.
Catherine, Lucinda. We've not. James, who goes by Jimmy, is married to Jamie.
Not married.
Engaged.
Gonna get engaged.
Okay. And there was another one.
Victoria.
Vicky's
Victoria. Okay. Who she goes by Vic?
Vic or
okay.
V.
The old Vic.
Lovely. Right. Okay. So we've got a premise. What happens in this film?
Okay. So the biggest thing that happens is Johnny dies.
Oh, what?
Yeah. So that's what happens. On the day, it's on a Tuesday that it happens. Johnny dies, and what happens is
On a Tuesday.
it does. It happens on a Tuesday.
I wouldn't want to die on a Tuesday.
I wouldn't want to die.
Tuesday's a great day. He dies well. He does. He dies very well. So he is recently retired, and Lizzie has taken things under control. So she has been very proud of her and Johnny's sex life over the years, and she made it through menopause, fought like hell to keep things going, and after Johnny retired, he started getting a bit low and blue and had a hard time sexually, and so she invested in a book called Getting It Up, Sex for the Over 60s.
Is this a real book?
Might be.
Oh, okay.
Might not. Maybe it's my own clever idea. Maybe I'd need to write it.
I wonder if poor Mike Gunn is going to get people sending.
You just wait till we hear how he dies.
Oh, okay. Wait. So who writes this book?
Somebody.
Somebody.
It's so not important. It's just really not important. What's important is the book exists.
Okay, the book exists. It's called Getting It Up, Sex for the Over 60s.
It's got 52 chapters.
Okay.
Wow.
And one for each week of the year. And there's role play, toys, all sorts of crazy ideas to get, keep it interesting or make it interesting once again.
Can you give us a name of one of the toys?
Oh, God. I wouldn't
One of the toys.
The toys. A name that one would be called.
Buzz Lightyear.
Like sex toys. A sex toy.
Oh, yeah. Like the name of one. They have names, don't they?
Little Johnny.
Little Johnny's one of the... It's a Little Johnny sex toy. I mean, this is week 1 of the book.
Could be.
We haven't got time to do that in a week.
Yeah, I'm not going to do this.
No, by this Tuesday, she's made it through 8.
Oh, right.
8 weeks. So Johnny is actually doing quite well.
Okay.
And sex, what happens is she comes up with Dirty Sex Tuesday for them.
Dirty Sex Tuesday.
Yes. So they're in their older 60s. And so obviously they're probably not having sex all the time. But she's decided she's going to go for one good old raunchy round of sex per week. Yeah. And then she'll be happy with that. And she gets this idea talking to Jamie, who's Jimmy's girlfriend / fiance, because they have Dirty Sex Tuesday. And she was like, my son is clearly happy. This girl's glowing. Let's just see if I can bring this into my marriage and revive my husband, because...
Oh, God, I can't think of anything worse. That's right. A potential mother-in-law. Right, now that you're engaged... Couple of questions.
No, this is after they'd only been dating for a few months.
Sorry, yes.
They moved in together, and then they decided to make sure they kept things spicy between the two of them. They had that. So Lizzie got the idea from Jamie about Dirty Sex Tuesday. So she does her book chapter on a Tuesday. Yeah. Hasn't told Johnny about this book.
Okay.
All he knows is that for some reason, sometimes about once a week, he's having some really good sex. And, so anyway, on this particular Tuesday, Lizzie has found a chapter that will reenact the kitchen sex scene from 9.5 Weeks. If y'all haven't seen that movie, Kim Basinger, Mickey Rourke, back in the 90s or the 80s, that's what it's based off of.
I've not watched a lot of films. Have you seen this?
I've heard of it. I don't think I've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because y'all are babies.
Y'all
haven't. You weren't. I was probably a teenager back then.
So this is at the same time every week, 2:00 on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Johnny Taylor Jones, played by my gun. Mm-hmm. Which I'm sure he's going to be very grateful for.
We're so sorry, Mike.
Yes. Every Tuesday at 2 p.m. he's going to get this completely unplanned, as far as he's concerned sex. Does he have like a Pavlovian response where there's something that happens on a Tuesday, like I don't know, there's a certain TV show or something that comes on, and when he hears the theme tune, he's like, okay, well, it must be now.
As soon as the news finishes, he's like,
Well, he's probably somewhere in the back of his mind thinking, it's probably, somewhere in there, but I don't know if it's related to TV. But 2:00 is, in Lizzie's mind, is just long enough after lunch that he's not going to still be too full from his lunchtime meal.
That's so considerate.
For her as well.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Yeah.
And then it's not too late in the afternoon, so he's not hungry for his dinner.
Right, and obviously not 2:00 in the morning.
Exactly, because and not at 8 or 9 or 10 o'clock at night, because then you're tired, Yeah. So anyway, she has picked a very convenient time for the both of them.
Okay, so 2 p.m. on a Tuesday,
mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna guess that one particular Tuesday is not going to go.
Yeah, so on this particular Tuesday, something just to let y'all know about Johnny is he lives for dancing on ice and musicals.
Right, okay. So he loves musicals, loves dancing on ice. He's a man's man.
So something that was like the highlight of his morning was he got to put on his new Les Mis socks with pictures of Fantine's face on them.
Okay.
So that's like what he's excited about. So
classic alpha.
So he has been told by Lizzie today to meet him in the kitchen at 2:00 so he can help her with something. So he's sitting at the kitchen table, and she comes waltzing in an apron and nothing else. Classic. And he's like, "Ooh, is this going to be one of your sex things that you've been doing?" So he knows that something's coming.
He's not too great at the sex talk, is he?
Yeah, no. And so anyway, she says to him that he's going to help her by tasting food. She's going to put a blindfold on him, and she's going to feed him food, and he's going to have to tell her what it is. And she says to him to take off all of his clothes. But he says, "Well, can I keep my socks on? Because my feet get cold."
Good old Johnny.
I wish we had some saxophone sort of music to go over it, but yeah, you put it in.
So he gets to keep on his Fantine socks. And of course, Lizzie doesn't allow him to put his clothes on the floor because she just ironed everything. So they get put on the back of the chair.
Right.
And then she has him sit in a chair in front of the refrigerator, and then she starts to feed him food.
Right. Okay. What's the first food item?
What is it? It might be a strawberry or some yogurt.
Strawberry yogurt.
It could be strawberry yogurt.
Petit filou.
I do like a strawberry yogurt.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a strawberry yogurt. Is the first tasting? Does he like it?
Yeah. Oh, he likes it. He doesn't care. He's blindfolded, and his wife is naked with an apron on, and he's
not
naked.
Gonna, he's not going to be
fine.
like, don't like this. Don't like this yogurt.
So she's like,
what
is it, dear? Tell me what it is, love. And so it's yogurt, and then the next thing is ham, and so she puts a bit of ham in his mouth and a bit of cheese.
This is going to be fancy ham with the breadcrumb around the outside.
Could be.
Sexy plowman.
Anyway, before you know it, she's straddled over him and getting all, grinding and all that stuff. And then she sticks a sausage roll in his mouth.
Is this like a mini sausage roll or a full-size Greggs?
No, the little mini sausage rolls.
All right, mini sausage roll.
Little mini sausage rolls. So unfortunately what happens is she's getting all excited and they're, she's grinding on him and all of that stuff and it's like, "Ooh, Johnny," and putting another sausage roll in, and she's closing her. She's got her eyes closed, and there's music going on in the background. Oh, I know.
What music
is Sex on Fire.
Yeah, nice.
Because I'll tell you what, she watched X Factor back in the day when it was Jamie Afro sang that song. It's Kings of Leon, but back on X Factor early in the
We've got so much
2010 or 11. Yeah. So anyway, she's crazy for Jamie Afro. So she's got Sex on Fire blaring in the kitchen. She's stuffing sausage rolls down Johnny's throat, straddled over him. And then the music fades, and she's about to get something else. She opens her eyes, and Johnny's not moving.
Oh no!
And turns out he's choking on sausage rolls.
Okay.
So basically, she does try to revive him. He's a big guy. She can't reach around him to do the Heimlich maneuver. None of that stuff.
Yeah.
And anyway, so he ends up dying during Dirty Sex Tuesday on the Tuesday afternoon.
You're right. Yeah.
I'm not being funny. It's a good way to go.
Yeah, she did say, yeah.
Yeah.
You weren't wrong.
So,
a sausage roll.
Shaq.
Okay. So we've got a dead Mike Gunn playing Johnny Taylor
So we've got
Jones.
we've got the death and we've got the engaged. How does the engagement happen?
So that's I'll tell you. Let me tell you about the other stuff first.
Oh, okay.
It's much more excited.
Yeah.
So Lou, what happens with her? She's married, and and she lives in St. Albans, and they have twins. I think they're 4-year-old twins. And she was really, really, really pissed off when she got pregnant because she wasn't ready to get pregnant. And it was in the twins. Yeah. And her career was on the up and up. She got senior buyer at Harrods or Selfridges or wherever.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, she is stuck. It's like getting a prison sentence, and a death sentence all in one day. She's like,
that's a hell of a congratulations card to get somebody.
She wasn't happy. Because it wasn't going to affect her husband's career, but it was going to affect hers.
Yeah. Ooh.
So anyway, she's really struggled, and she only can work part-time now, 2 days a week, and she feels like a hamster on a wheel and all of that stuff. Anyway, her husband never answers his phone when they're at the office. It's just the small kids and all that stuff. So her husband is trying to get a hold of her, trying to call her, and she's not picking up on the Tuesday. So he comes home and is looking for his wife, and hears this
Michael Myers
constant going up. So he ends up walking upstairs, and his wife is on all fours with her eyes closed, with Chad behind her, the neighbor.
Yes.
Behind her, and her husband looks at her, and he's like, for fuck's sake, Lou, that's not even a real orgasm, because he can tell what her face would look like.
That's his reaction.
That's his reaction. It's
I think you'd be like, oh, she come upstairs and like, oh, I thought you were fixing the rail or the door or something.
Like it's the headboard, and he's looking at her on all fours, and she's got this weird look on her face, but she is not enjoying this. She's cheating on her husband, but she's just not into it, and doesn't even know why she's doing it.
Who plays Chad?
Someone that can't decide if he's gay or straight. A little bit of both. We're not sure yet.
That's such a child's joke. That's so dumb.
Wait.
We're not sure yet. I'm not sure because he's a minor character.
Okay.
So I only found out I was pitching this like a couple of days ago. So I've only come up with like my main characters so far.
You're doing well. Okay, right. So
Lou gets caught cheating by her husband.
And she's having a terrible time.
He seems to take it rather well.
He's just pissed off, really, because she always bitches at him about answering her phone, and her phone's on silent. Right. So he walks in, and he's got her phone, which he found downstairs, on silent in his hand. He's so pissed off. He's telling Chad to get the fuck out. And he's like, I'm just looking for a sock. And he's like, she'll give it to you later. That kind of thing. And then...
The audacity.
And then Lou quickly puts on a T-shirt and is like, doesn't even know what to say. And the T-shirt is one that says something like, Daddy established 2011 or something. It's his T-shirt. So it's even worse. Anyway, he's like, well... don't know what the hell you're doing. By the way, your dad's dead, and throws her phone at her and walks out of the room. Right. So she finds out her father's just died. At the same time, she's just gotten caught cheating on him.
Oh, wow.
She's having a great day.
Yeah.
Tuesday.
It's a super funny scene. You just had to be there.
What's Chad doing at this point?
Chad leaves. So Chad
completely naked. Just
and actually, and Lou's husband is like, I thought you were gay, and Chad's like, please don't tell Charlie. He doesn't know.
Right.
So Chad does leave. He's bisexual.
Right. Oh.
So everybody thought Chad was gay, but he clearly
does. He because obviously this is a film, right? So does he announce I'm bisexual and then walks out?
No.
That's how people normally do it.
Lou's husband is like, I thought you were gay, and he's like, don't tell Charlie, but clearly he's bisexual because he's just been having sex with Lou.
Right. Okay. So this episode, and this is how Lou finds out that her dad's dead, with a T-shirt that says. Dad.
Well, no, with the phone that gets thrown at her.
Oh, yeah.
She just happens to be wearing her husband's T-shirt, which is ironically her husband's T-shirt.
Right. Okay.
How about the idea that he's more annoyed about that? He's like, after all this, you put my T-shirt.
Yeah, I'll never wear that shirt again.
I know, it's marked.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So that's Lou's thing.
And then Vicky.
Yep.
Now Vicky is real cute. So she's bisexual as well, but she's married to Vivian. See, I'm loving the name thing.
Right.
Vivian. Who plays Vivian?
Vivian, again, she's not one of the children, so she doesn't have. I haven't got an actress for her yet.
Just someone like someone an unheard of actress.
It will be someone. Yeah,
okay,
I don't know.
Okay.
Now the real cute thing, Vicky and Johnny, they were like two peas in a pod because Vicky was his musical and Dancing on Ice buddy, and when Vicky came out as bisexual, she sat both of her parents down to tell them, and Lizzie was like, "What do you mean bisexual? Choose. You're either gay or you're straight. Why can't you commit to anything? Just make a choice."
Right.
And she's like, "What am I supposed to do? I won't know if you're bringing home a boy or a girl. I'm never going to know what's coming through the door. Why can't you just decide?"
You get one of those Ring doorbells at least at this point.
That's quite a disgusting choice of words there is, wasn't it?
So Johnny is the one that just goes and pours a couple of glasses of scotch for him and Vicky, and Jat's his favorite. And he's like, "Whatever makes you happy." And as a side note, Lizzie was thrilled when Vicky brought Vivian home because then she knew what to expect. She's like, "You made a choice. You committed." So she didn't get this. She called it gay light. She couldn't work out. She didn't understand.
Gay zero.
Yeah, she couldn't understand bisexual.
Yeah.
So anyway, so she's committed to Vivian, and they're married now and all that stuff, and they are expecting their first child together. And so Vicky is pregnant, very heavily pregnant, and Vivian has just surprised her with a week in Brighton, just as a last week before the baby comes.
Okay.
And she's 34 weeks along.
Woof.
And so, pretty much close, but she still has several weeks to go, really.
Bit of a drive.
Anyway, they're on their way back from Brighton, and while they're in Brighton, she starts having what she thinks are Braxton Hicks. This is their first child. So Braxton Hicks, if you don't know.
No, I don't know that.
It's called false labor.
Yeah. All right, you could have told me that was the actor that played Vivian. And I would have believed you.
Braxton Hicks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know him. He's good.
Babies.
That's a good one.
But yeah. Okay. So what was Braxton Hicks?
Braxton Hicks is the name of like false labor, or
Okay.
the labor pains, but they're not actual labor. It's like your body's way of kind of practicing, getting ready, sort of that kind of thing. But
Sure.
women typically have Braxton Hicks
It sounds like a
contractions.
hoot.
It's a hoot.
And this
So-
happens on the way back from Brighton.
Well, it started while they were in Brighton. Actually, before they went to Brighton, she went to the midwife, and the midwife was like, "Nothing to worry about. It's your first baby. You'll either be on time or late. Don't worry. This is false labor. It's Braxton Hicks." So the whole time they're in Brighton, she's having these labor pains. And the thing about her is she's a walker.
Yeah.
She loves walking, and so if she's walking, she's feeling pretty good. As soon as she sits still, she's starting to have these pains. Anyway, they are getting ready to come back to Brighton. The pains are getting worse. She's feeling bad, and I described the whole thing, but basically she doesn't understand it, but she actually has gone into labor during this trip back to London from Brighton.
Right.
So she's on a train in a hellish pain and like totally irrational and making crazy noises and, sounding like a wounded animal and all sorts of things, and doesn't understand exactly how insane this is looking and sounding to everybody around her. And
So I was about to say, is this like in typical British fashion on a train? Everyone is kind of not a plane. I'm not introducing that into this from Brighton. I couldn't get a plane anyway. But everyone kind of looking forward, minding their own business, not like newspaper, AirPods in.
that kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Give it down.
And but the things that she is thinking and saying are great. I mean, there's a crying baby that she's completely annoyed with
Yeah.
while she's in her own labor and all sorts of things. Anyway, they somehow get back to London and have to get on the tube. And by that point, they are going to head straight to the hospital on the tube. But they don't make it off the tube.
Oh, no.
And she ends up giving birth right there on the tube.
What, between stations or?
They end up stopping at a station, but yeah, they're stopped at a station and she is giving birth right then.
What station? Because we're going to need to know to close it off for set filming reasons.
Shit.
Deeply important to the script.
Really can just make it up. It's written down somewhere, but I don't even remember the name of the hospital right now. I don't know.
I think, where's
Kentish,
convenient?
Tottenham Court Road. Well, or you could do that. Kentish Town is shut right now, so you could just shut that if you want to.
Oh, yeah,
that's right. Yes,
makes sense.
Kentish Town tube station
is actually
Northern Line
shut right now. Yeah.
Is this what this podcast has become into?
Yeah.
Our favourite tube stations to have a baby in.
It's an idea, but anyway. So gone into labour on the tube, delivered at Kentish Town station.
Yeah, and she delivers a baby, and the paramedics come a little bit too late, and then they are the ones that get her to the hospital, and it's that later on that day, she finds out from a phone call from her mother that her father has died.
Right.
Yeah. And she was the dad's favourite.
Mm-hmm.
Dancing on Ice Buddies.
Is she the favourite because she was Johnny's Walker?
Oh my good God.
It's been a pleasure, everyone. Bye-bye.
That's good. That's what I'm annoyed about. That's quite.
I've been sitting
Are you sure he's not doing stand-up comedy?
that's
my only joke.
That's probably that is his best joke. That's the one he'll be known for in years to come.
Yeah, it just says it once on a 5 minute. Bye.
Yeah,
absolutely no context.
Cool. Okay, right. So we've got Vicky's bisexual. She's 34 weeks pregnant. She's gone to Brighton with Vivian, and on the way back, on the train she thinks she's going into labour.
She doesn't.
No. She thinks she's having forced labour, but turns out she's actually going into labour. She's on a train with a lot of people who are very kind of doing the British thing and not really acknowledging what's happening. And she gives birth at Kentish Town station, and she's told that her dad has died. Her buddy what she's done so nice.
Yeah.
I feel, you know what? I feel a little. I'm feeling something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's. Yeah.
Is the heat?
Yeah. Okay. So right. So we've got Vicky's story. We've got Lou's story.
Yeah, and then we have Jimmy is the son, and Jamie is his girlfriend.
Okay. Jimmy and Jamie. Now, Jamie is who Lizzie got the idea for the book for Sexy Tuesdays.
Dirty Sex Tuesday.
Dirty Sex Tuesday.
Not the book, just the actual day.
Just the day, okay. And what's Jimmy's story?
So, Jimmy has been proposing to Jamie since they were together for like 2 years. He's proposed 3 times. She's always told him no because her parents were married for over 20 years, and then they got divorced, and come to find out, her mother was never happy in her marriage and stayed together for the sake of Jamie, the only child. And she never ever wanted to get blindsided like that by anybody. She didn't know that she couldn't understand what Jimmy saw in her. She didn't think he needed her.
Right.
So she felt insecure. And so she kept on telling him no because she wasn't convinced that he actually needed her in his life, that she felt like he would be fine without her. And because she didn't think that he needed her, she felt insecure. I think I'm rambling. But anyway, so that's why she keeps on telling him no.
Yeah.
And so what happens is on this particular day, she is a romance novelist, and her favorite thing about her romance novels is they always have a wedding scene, and she always has a day. She does love a wedding in her books. She lives vicariously through her books.
She writes about weddings but never wants to get married.
Exactly.
Oh, but is that part of her coping mechanism?
That's probably it. I mean, she does love a wedding. She just doesn't feel like she doesn't want to take a chance that her marriage will end, so she's just not going to do it.
I like that. You know what? These characters have actual depth.
Yeah, this film's written.
Yeah. This is like, usually we've got,
When's the dinosaur? In
no, this is good. I like it. I'm getting to know these characters. Okay, so she's writing the wedding. She's writing these. And what is she? You said she likes to do.
Yeah. So on the days that she writes her wedding scenes, she dresses up in her beautiful white lingerie. She puts on a veil. She has prosecco, candles, flowers. She sets the scene with music. So she gets in the moment and to always write her wedding scenes. So on this particular Tuesday, she has just written an amazing wedding scene for her latest book. And then she's finished and she's waiting for Jimmy to come home from work. And he comes home in the middle of the afternoon and he walks into the bedroom and he's in tears and he's crying. And she's like, babes. She's from Essex. That's all I can do. Babes. Babe. What's wrong, love? I can't do it. I suck at accents. It's so suck, babe. Anyway, bless his heart. He's really, really torn up. And it turns out, he says, my dad died. And she consoles him and he just falls in her arms and she takes care of him. And it's that night that through the turmoil and the emotion and all of that stuff, he says, please, I need you, please marry me. And she is like, actually, I know how he needs me. I was here for him. This is a big deal. He came to me. Okay. And she accepts his proposal. So that is what is the catapult to her saying yes to his proposal on the fourth time.
She said yes out of guilt.
No, not out of guilt. No, it's basically in what he did is he actually showed his vulnerability to her.
Oh.
Because she's always found him so capable.
We're such idiot men.
Yeah, we're like,
that's
very. What did she say?
Yeah. God, emotional depth, guys. Emotional depth. He's shown her some vulnerability instead of having it all together.
Right.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, I can get behind this. This guy needs me. I know that I can be there for him, and I'm not just some trophy, pretty.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Thing.
Depth.
Very.
I'm not used to it. I don't really.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'll tell you what. It is not the stomach heart of the stomach. It's not like the heart of the stomach is the heart. Let me tell you. But it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's way better than that.
Is it title time?
Carwy's getting some shake. Oh no, it is. Yeah, we've got some.
We still got.
No, yeah. So we've got the 4 stories.
Well, the one last person that we're missing is Kitty.
Oh my God.
So Kitty wakes up on a Tuesday, and she is an influencer. And she's just does online social media and all of that stuff. And she loves a selfie, and she's designer this and designer that, and loves her followers and is all about how it looks and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And she decides that she's going to go to a rally on the Tuesday. She has to get out of the house because it's Dirty Sex Tuesday, so she has to be out by 1.
Even she knows.
So she lives at home.
She's the only one that lives at home.
She only one lives at home.
Yeah, so she has to leave the house. So she sees online that there is a rally, and it's all about being proud to be British.
Yeah.
And she's like, I can wear my leather trousers with the British flag on them. I can wear this sexy top, and she'd be great photo ops and all of that stuff. So she goes because she's going to go and to this rally and do some lives. She's going to do a live.
Yeah.
So come to find out, when Vicky and Vivian are on the train, Vivian is trying to call the midwife to find out what they should do. They should go to the hospital, and it pops up that Kitty is doing a live. Turns out she has unknowingly gone to an EDL rally.
Oh, I knew it was coming. we don't have nice rallies here.
As soon as I heard rally, I was like, oh.
Since Colin McRae have we done a nice rally?
Oh.
So Kitty comes home after finding out she's gone to some place, and she still doesn't really understand exactly what she's done, but she comes home to find her mother with the paramedics just leaving to find out that her dad has died.
Oh, so
Jesus.
Did she see Johnny?
They're leaving. She doesn't actually see her dad.
Just sausage roll crumbs.
Yeah.
On the floor.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the only remains that I'd leave is sausage roll crumbs.
Sausage roll crumbs and empty petit faloo.
Okay, right. So she comes home and she sees, obviously, Lizzie's very upset. And
Lizzie's got herself pulled together now because she can't appear to be falling apart.
She's the Rock.
Yeah. So she will have pulled herself
Yeah.
together. And by Saturday, which is, it's Tuesday, and then the following Saturday is going to be the funeral, and all the family is going to come together, and Lizzie will have made Johnny's favorite, a cheesecake.
Yeah.
And she will be put together, and she'll have all the kids around and all of that stuff. So everything basically is is about what happened on this day, and then it's all the way to the funeral on the Saturday.
And there's going to be 3 babies at this funeral, right? The twins?
Oh, the twins are like 4 years old.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh, right. So I thought they were born on the Tuesday. Okay.
No. Keep up.
Come on, Jim. It's very simple.
I'm trying to write it down as quick as I can. Yeah. Okay, right. So, but there is another baby, right? There's one baby.
Yeah. So, Vicky and Vivian's baby is called Violet.
Violet.
That she thought she'd stick with the V's. Yeah. Violet will not be a Vi. She will be a Violet.
Okay, so no
nickname for Violet. Mm-mm. And Vivian, it doesn't have a nickname either. It's just Vivian.
I was about to say who plays Violet, but I don't know any famous babies.
It's a baby. It's just going to be a baby.
Yeah, a real baby or a doll?
A puppy.
It'll probably end up being AI. They probably,
oh, wow.
Who the hell knows?
So ChatGPT as the baby.
It could be.
Okay.
Could be.
Now we're back.
Now
it's got silly.
Now we're at our level of sophistication.
Could be. I don't know what 38 pounds will buy, but
yeah, well, I'm sure it'll buy ChatGPT. I think Microsoft paid $4 billion for it. Okay, right. So Lizzie's made Johnny's favorite cheesecake for his funeral. What cheesecake is it?
It is strawberry cheesecake.
Strawberry cheesecake. I went to the Cheesecake Factory last week and I can taste it now. Yeah. Okay, so strawberry. I'm just telling everyone I went on holiday.
So bizarre little flex there.
Yeah. Just went on holiday. Okay, so strawberry cheesecake. We're at this is the wake now.
Well, we're not even at the wake.
Oh, right.
We're not even at the wake. Basically, the book actually starts this Saturday morning when everybody is waking up to get prepared to go to the funeral, and then the first scenes are those scenes, and then we flash back to everything I've just told you about what actually happened.
Oh, cool. For a moment there, I thought that they were serving cheesecake at the funeral because that would be pretty cool.
Well, after
that's how you want to go, isn't it?
So what Lizzie wants is after the funeral for all the children to come back to the house, and they will have a piece of Johnny's favorite cheesecake.
Oh, and surely Vicky's going to be having a little whiskey with her cheesecake.
She will probably have.
What's that?
A little walk.
Yeah. And a little walk. Yeah, probably so. The twins will be having pizza with their dad, though. They won't be at the back at the house. Yeah. That sort of thing.
Okay.
So
this
crucially relevant details.
Yeah.
Very, very relevant.
Oh,
very
yeah.
relevant.
Okay, right. So,
and also, Kitty, this is her thing is she does not want anyone to wear black or dark color. She wants it all bright and colorful and cheerful, and Kitty hates that because Kitty will not be seen in anything but black or charcoal gray at a pinch.
Is she a goth?
She just is very sophisticated.
Oh, okay.
You know, that kind of, sleek and it's slimming. She won't put a carbohydrate through her, through her lips.
This is me.
That kind of thing.
I only wear black and don't eat any carbohydrate.
Yeah.
Go to EDL rallies.
I look like I go to an EDL rally.
So anyway,
Okay.
so basically Kitty's like, if her mother has her way, they'll be looking like they're showing up to a pride event at
Yeah.
the funeral.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And funnily enough, Vivian and Vicky met at a pride event because Vicky works for Pride London.
So Vicky works for Pride London.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And they vote. And so there's a bit of friction there between Vicky and Kitty. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, I
No,
guess.
not Vicky and Kitty. It's more Kitty and Kitty. Kitty and Lizzie.
Kitty and Lizzie.
Now, Kitty is jealous of everybody else because she feels like either they were close to the mother or close to the father. She feels like she's the odd one out.
Right.
So, but she, I think she doesn't feel accepted by her mother.
Wow.
Holy moly. Is she jealous of Lucinda? Because I don't think Lucinda's had a great day either.
Yeah, but Lucinda is pretty much the favorite of
Yeah.
Kitty. I mean, of Lizzie.
right.
Of Lizzie.
Of Lizzie. Okay.
Of Lizzie.
Right.
Okay, so
How does this end?
yeah, because I'm imagining this is now going to come to a big crescendo, right? Where this is the morning of the funeral, the cheesecakes are baked, the whiskey's poured. We are heading to Johnny, played by Mike
Nice
Gunn's
dancing's
funeral.
recorded.
So is there anything that happens for them getting to the funeral, or does it all the action? The next part is at the funeral.
Right. I haven't got that far.
Holy moly.
Oh, now
stumped her.
So
Haven't got that far.
Sequel hook.
Yeah. I'm not sure if your budget's gonna pay for me to give you more. I mean, I think I've given you so much.
Are we being cut off?
I feel like I've given you way more than £38 worth.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
like the idea of the film
yeah.
ending with potentially Kitty getting up to give like a eulogy and then just cutting.
oh really? So you don't
You don't know
hear?
if she's going to say something nice.
Well,
or
actually,
kick
it's
off
not
or-
going to end on the day of the funeral.
Oh, okay.
So I think there's going to be some stuff that happens. There might be a letter that is found or something like that. There is going to be something that happens. And Kitty, who is the one that needs to grow and her character needs to
Find purpose.
find purpose. She is going to end up moving out.
Oh wow!
Nice, good for her.
So she is going to grow. She is going to decide that she wants to pursue a relationship. She is going to grow up, but it's going to take a few months. So there will be some flash forwarding at the end.
So is this going to be like with the thing in the 80s where they had these films where they got to the end and then they had a little flash of the character and it would freeze and then put something that actually happened to them. So I'm imagining like for Kitty it'll be like there'll be a scene of her enjoying a
Conspiracy theory.
a conspiracy. Yeah, she's influencing and she'll freeze and it'll be like she actually did move out in the end.
Yeah, maybe not that flippant, but
Okay.
but some proper growth.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
proper growth
Proper growth.
by moving out.
We'll work it out in the edit.
We have to work it out in the edit.
Okay.
So I've done a shit ton of work for you guys already.
I know this is
loads of details.
we've tried to derail it and
Yeah.
we've not been successful.
We've been beating this one.
Okay, so all right, so I want to hear a little bit. I want to freeze frames for the other kids. So what I'm imagining that who else have we got here? Lou. So Lou obviously does what happened to Lou? She was St. Albans.
Her husband.
She was cheating on her husband.
Yeah,
so did they stay together?
Her husband moves out. I haven't decided yet because I don't know. Sometimes marriages just don't end up recovering from something like that.
No, they don't.
Does this one?
I haven't decided yet.
Oh wow.
I don't know. I don't need everything to be wrapped up in a happy ending. Sometimes people just experience a lot of shit and they need to come through it. And there is something that good will come out of whatever bad there is, and maybe she will decide that she actually is glad that she became a mom when she did, and it works out, and she finds her feet in the whole thing and is able to kind of have a good balance. That might be what it is.
So the freeze frame with that,
all of that,
all of that, yeah. Oh, that's fine. We can use a small font.
I quite like it.
I like it.
I like the way wrapping up.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Shit happens, and you got to make the best of it.
Yeah.
What do we
I was about to say, that's what Carwyn said last week. If I get knocked down, but I get back up again. Okay, right. So, and then we've got and Vicky and Vivian. How what would be their freeze frames? What happened? Do they have a healthy child?
They do. She turns out she's healthy, and one of the things that Vicky is sad about is that Violet will never sit on her granddad's knee and watch Dancing on Ice or the musicals or whatnot, and she's quite sad about that. But Violet will actually have a love for those things too, and kind of carry on.
Will she become a figure skater in memory of her grandfather?
It's a bit late, isn't it? Start figure skating at like mid-30s.
No, the baby.
No, the baby.
Oh, he's a bit young, if anything.
The baby.
I'm getting so confused.
Probably not, because she has her own identity.
Oh.
She's going to have her own identity.
Oh, wow.
She will. So she won't have to do something because, in memory of her granddad. Probably not.
And Jimmy and Jamie? All good?
Yeah, they're going to have the wedding of all weddings. It's going to be like the best wedding that she's ever written, and the wedding will be better than all the weddings that she has written in all of her romance novels, and it will be like one of her books.
Oh, that's
come
great.
to life.
Yeah, I like that.
Really happy.
Yeah. So
that's where the book could end, is at the wedding, which will happen the next year.
All right, so that's it. That's it. That
could be the ending, is that wedding. Yeah.
And they're all there.
And Violet can be a little flower girl.
Oh, that's a nice way to wrap
this. This is a happy ending.
Yeah.
And what's the film called?
What Happened Last Tuesday.
What Happened Last Tuesday. You know what? We can't not make this, because it's the only film that we've had with depth
script.
and actual relationships. I think it's great. I think we're going to make it.
Thank you.
I loved it.
Great. What I think is, Dirty
Can
Sex Tuesday.
you like also tag like Reese Witherspoon's production company? Can you do that, just in case y'all don't quite get there? Maybe she could like hop in and put some funds into it as well.
Yeah, I mean, I can
Hello
ask her.
Sunshine. I think it's called Hello Sunshine, something like that.
I can ask her. I mean, I don't know if she's going to reply.
At Kate Blanchett.
We'll definitely. we'll definitely.
You should absolutely tag Kate Blanchett in this one.
Please, that would be great.
So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to tag Kate Blanchett, and I'm going to contact Reese Witherspoon's company, and I'm going to tell her.
Actually, tag everybody. Ellie Taylor, Mike Gunn. Tag them all. They would really appreciate that they have been handpicked.
Maybe not Mike. I don't think
Mike would love to die naked with Les Mis socks on with sausage rolls in his mouth. I think he would love it.
Who wouldn't?
With Kate Blanchett across his lap. Of course he would.
Yeah, it's
he would
the way
love
to
it.
go. I mean, I'm sure he's going to be very happy.
And he's got his bald head, so she's going to have probably have yogurt on his head. It'll be lovely. He'll love it.
Pasted foods, guacamole,
Billy Fairley on his nipples. Yeah.
Cool. So I'm just going to quickly run through this film just to make sure we've got it right. So
good luck.
This is a comedy set in the 2000s in Chiswick, and it's going to be a blockbuster comedy. And we're going to have this is from the a female point of view, and the two first people that we're introduced to are husband and wife, Lizzie and John Taylor-Jones, who are played by Kate Blanchett and Mike Gunn. Now, at the beginning of this this film, I'm trying to get through this. So there is a concept of Dirty Sex Tuesdays, which is something that Lizzie has learnt from Jamie, who is Jimmy's, her son's she's going to be her future fiance, who's from Essex, who is a romance novelist, who likes to, dress up a bit, make herself feel special on when she writes wedding scenes for her books. And then during one of these the 8th Dirty Sex Tuesday I've got here, they are, having some fun with food, specifically sausage rolls, party sausage rolls that get stuck in his throat, and then he dies. And then what we see is on the same day that other things have happened between all of the children. So we have Catherine Kitty, who's 43, played by Michelle Shaughnessy, the Canadian comedian, who's going to have to speak in a British accent. And she's what happened to Kitty? So Kitty was accidentally found herself at an EDL rally after she's an influencer, live streaming. And then we have Lucinda, or Lou, who was cheating on her husband because she felt very neglected by him. He's always at the office. He's not answering his phone. And her husband Chad comes home and finds her faking an orgasm, and he's pissed off about the whole thing. And she's wearing his t-shirt that says "Dad established 2011," and he's even pissed off with that. Chad is actually bisexual.
So her husband is not Chad.
No, that's right. Yeah,
her neighbor is Chad.
Yeah, the neighbor's Chad, and Chad is giving her a bad time, but she's just kind of bored and doing this. Chad's bisexual, and he just walks out.
That's true.
Okay. And then we've got Vicky, or Vic, or Vickers, who is 34 weeks pregnant, and with Vivian. And they go down for a little surprise trip to Brighton, and she thinks she's having a fake labour on the way back on the train, but it's actually a real labour, and they have a baby at Kentish Town Station, which is currently closed. And then we have Jimmy, who's actually has proposed 4 times to Jamie, and she because of her own issues, she can't really get in her head, but she is a romance novelist, and all of this happens, and through one way or another, they all find out about their dad dying due to asphyxiation via sausage roll. I'm really trying to hold this together. All right, and then they all find this out at different times, and they all have different reactions. They've all got different relationships, and it's a very tight web. And then on the day of the funeral, they are all enjoying a strawberry cheesecake, Johnny's favourite. And we kind of just end gracefully with a brief synopsis of everything that happened to them over the last year, which we finish a wedding scene for Jimmy and Jamie's wedding with a little flower girl, Violet, who is going to be her own woman. She's not going to follow in anyone's footsteps. And it's called... That's the only thing I didn't know. What was it called?
What Happened Last Tuesday.
What Happened Last Tuesday. It's...
Isn't it heartwarming?
I think it's the first time that I understood the plot less when you recapped it. I feel like I knew what was going on when we did it.
Yeah, I mean, I like a film here where you have to kind of...
It's like a series of short stories. I love it.
Yeah, it is. I like it. Well, Kimberly, we're going to make it.
Fantastic.
And we're going to make sure that we contact Reese Witherspoon. I promise you I will try and contact Reese Witherspoon's people. I'm not expecting any response. Maybe a restraining order.
Have you told her how much money we have?
Well, I'm not going to start with that. I'm going to say £38, but...
You supply the rest.
Yeah. If you could just help us out.
With the other...
I'll have a hat.
1 million.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for coming and joining us, Kimberly. Tell us a little bit about Pink and Sassy, your comedy evening.
So it is a comedy night that I'm starting at the White Horse in Bedford. If anybody wants to go up north a little bit, just 40 minutes. And it will either be a complete epic fail or an overwhelming success. We don't know because it'll be the first one. And I'm going to have, I've handpicked Callum McKenzie, Louis McLean, Sophie Gerard, and Blank Ping, all who are winning a bunch of shit comedy-wise, on the up and up. They're super sharp, all these guys. Love them. And they're going to come and do my first, and I'm going to host. and I'm super funny and super talented, and so that is either going to go really, really bad for me and make them look even better, or it's going to go really good for me and then make them even look more better. So you can't lose.
Well, that is
either way.
That is one of those dream lineups as well for a first go. Where can people go to find more about this?
They can go to pink.and.sassy.comedy. You'll probably tag it, I think, in your little, thingy. They can go there.
We are now.
You'll tag it. Or they can come to my my Instagram as well, because I'm following it, and I think it's in my bio as well. Tickets are easy. You just have to call the pub and, book your spot. There's only 50 tickets. It's not going to be a huge venue, but that's where they can go to find it. And they will get the opportunity to have a pink and sassy cocktail. We're having one specially created just for the night called the Pink and Sassy.
Is it vodka and Pepto-Bismol?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Amber, who is the bartender at the pub, is creating it for me. Because I'm all about the branding. Please. I love branding, so we're doing the drink.
Please get them to use Petit Filot.
A strawberry yogurt.
Okay, we'll get right on that.
That's all he wants from a comedy night, Paul. Strawberry yogurts and comedians. No, that is an amazing lineup, and everyone should go check it out, go see it. It'll be well worth it. And I think that's our show for this week, isn't it? Oh, please like, subscribe, tell your friends. Good reviews only. Even if you don't like it, write a bad review, but give us 5 stars.
Yeah, either say something nice or lie.
Yeah, that's what life's about.
Yeah.
I'll write something.
Oh,
God, no.
I'll do it.
That'll sit out.
The two of them are right pair of pricks. You shouldn't listen.
Oh, excellent. Well, everyone, keep listening. We'll see you next week.
See you next time.
Bye.